James runs this thing called Off the Cut, little podcast about sneakers, and so he gets me hooked up on the good ones.
Richard Rawlings began as the ultimate symbol of the American dream, a fast-talking car enthusiast who turned dusty garages into million-dollar deals. With Fast and Loud, he built an empire around Gas Monkey Garage, mixing charisma, business flair, and a love for muscle cars. Viewers watched him flip classics into gold, believing every handshake and burnout were genuine. To fans, Rawlings was the embodiment of hustle and hard work. But behind the TV glamour, cracks were forming in the glossy image of America's king of cars. The cracks begin to show. After Fast and Loud ended in 2020, Rawlings' empire began to lose traction. His restaurants and bars closed, his YouTube channel struggled to capture the same magic, and whispers of unpaid bills began to surface. Without the cameras, his brand's shine dimmed, revealing the pressure, burnout, and business missteps hidden from fans. What once looked like constant victory began to feel like illusion, a carefully staged performance that couldn't withstand the real-world stress of money, taxes, and reputation. The Mustang that exposed everything. It all started with a single Mustang, a gleaming metallic blue car that became the center of a storm. When investigators noticed the VIN didn't exist in federal records, what looked like a minor clerical error spiraled into a full-blown federal case. The Mustang, once a showpiece of Rawlings' brand, turned out to be built from a salvaged shell with falsified paperwork. The discovery led the IRS and federal agencies to dig deeper into his finances, finding irregularities in taxes, sales, and exports that pointed to something far bigger than one fake car. The secret behind the garage. Behind Gas Monkey Garage's fame lay a secret, a hidden room known among staff as the Cage. Inside, investigators found a small forgery lab with VIN plates, etching tools, and counterfeit documents. Cars with damaged or questionable histories were reborn under new identities, passed off as authentic restorations to collectors. Employees thought it was normal shop work, unaware of the legal danger. This operation ran quietly for years, feeding Rawlings' empire while staying off the books. When the truth came out, it shattered the myth of honest success he'd built for TV. The betrayal that broke it all. The collapse began when a European collector paid over $1 million for a supposed Shelby GT 500. The car was fake, the paperwork forged. Furious, the buyer went to authorities, handing over messages and receipts that directly tied back to Rawlings. This single betrayal, a broken bond of trust, gave investigators everything they needed. It wasn't just fraud, it was deception, disguised as charm. The case revealed how Rawlings' empire had relied on reputation and belief, turning his fans' trust into the very thing that destroyed him. The fall of a legend. In less than a week, the empire of Gas Monkey Garage fell apart. Forums exploded with evidence, fans analyzed Fast and Loud episodes frame by frame, and sponsors distanced themselves overnight. Auction houses froze sales of Gas Monkey vehicles, and even Discovery pulled show banners. The same footage that made Richard famous became proof of his deception. The man who once embodied success was now a symbol of how quickly fame can flip. His downfall wasn't just about forged cars, it was about the loss of trust. Once gone, it could never be rebuilt.